Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of April 9th through April 15th. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. All right, now this is going to be a general reading, and we're just going to jump right in. We're not going to waste any time. First card is the Ace of Cups. Beautiful card. I love that energy. I love the kind of different things that it could symbolize right now, you know. There's just so much possibilities, but it's just kind of every option that we have right now feels very good. It feels very satisfying. It feels very, very joyful. With that Ace of Cups, we see really beautiful card. With this Ace of Cups, I feel like you're someone who's very dedicated. You know, I feel like when you commit to something, when you have, dedicated yourself to something or committed yourself to something, given your heart over to something, you really stay true to that purpose. You know what I mean? You're just a very loyal person. I feel like you don't, you refuse to dishonor that bond that you have with whatever it may be, okay? And I have no idea at this point. With this first card, I'm just getting this sense that you are intensely committed to something. And it could be a person, it could be a place, it could be an aspiration, it could be your own spirit, it could be your own spiritual work, it could be career projects, it could be creative projects, whatever it is. I feel like you've got this ability to really give it your all, to really, well, like I said, be just dedicated, tremendously dedicated to whatever this Ace of Cups is representing, okay? I feel like you may have a slight tendency to be a little bit dramatic about things, but that's kind of by design, right? That's kind of like an intentional thing because you feel this energy so strongly. You feel this water energy so much, so intensely that I think you can't help but to kind of let some of it out, let some of this enthusiasm be expressed, right? You're not someone that's going to kind of conceal how they feel or to darken their light, right? To dim their shine. You're not that type of person. I feel like you have this enthusiasm, you have this love, and you can't help but get excited. You can't help but be enthusiastic about it, you know? And I really feel like this week, you're going to find something that gives you this feeling, right? Before I forget, let's do the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. I almost forgot the mystery card. We're going to just set that down over there. We're not going to look at it until the very end of the reading, so you do have to stick around. Now, let's try to find out what this Ace of Cups is really all about, right? There is this great potential in you. There is this great ability that you have to give something all of yourself, right? To really be dedicated and committed and loyal, like to a fault, right? I think you have that kind of honor about you, but not everybody gets that from you, right? You're not just kind of committing to things willy-nilly or on a whim. It has to have this intensity. It has to really be something that you feel is in harmony with your purpose, right? It really speaks to the inmost self of you, okay? And that's the Ace of Cups, and that is something that you can fully commit to. But let's get a little bit more information. Wow, we've got an Ace of Wands too. The Ace of Wands is a definite spark. It is a definite between these two cards. I mean, just the Ace of Cups. If that's not enough, we then have the Ace of Wands here. So we have a little bit of the fire-water duality. This could be a little fire-water opposition, though, as well. Okay, it could be that it's almost like your heart and your spirit are kind of in a little bit of disharmony, right? It could be that you're going to be experiencing this flash of insight, this flash of intense energy, enthusiasm, inspiration, this new idea, this new kind of desire almost entering your life, right? And I think it's going to challenge you Because we see, like I said, with the fire water, there's a little bit of conflict, a little bit of challenge here. So there's a challenge component to this. Okay? This is going to be something that really is going to test your dedication, test your devotion. Okay? And I know that you have the potential to really be someone who can fully commit, right? But it has to be that certain, it has to be something worthy of your commitment, right? And I think this Ace of Wands is representing something new entering your life that is going to really put that to the test, okay? And right now it still seems a little bit confusing when we get two aces like that back to back. It's definitely something new that is, it's kind of going to be like, okay, stop the presses, hold the phones, I've got to deal with this. You know, it seems like it's a very important, very urgent kind of thing. And I really think it's something going on, obviously it's something going on internally, right? It's something that is kind of maybe eliciting some questions from you, right? I think maybe you're going to be asked to reevaluate some things, okay? Let's find out what else we've got going on. There we go. We've got, this is interesting because we're talking about the fire-water duality, right? The opposition between the two. Right off the bat, this reading is already getting pretty heavy, right? Because we also have now, well, the art or temperance. This is the alchemist. This is that energy that really tries to blend together the fire and the water, right? So down beneath it all, this is kind of what you're looking for. I said that this was going to be a little bit of a test of your devotion, right? It was going to put this idea of commitment and dedication and devotion to the test, right? See what you're really made of. Well, that's exactly what the art or temperance card is all about. The testing of your mettle, right? Temperance, tempering you in these challenges. And, you know, it's not to say, oh, you're going to have a bad week. You know, you're going to get a flat tire, you're going to lose your job. No, this is something more subtle, more spiritual. So it could be testing your commitment to a new relationship, testing your commitment, your dedication to a new job, a new career, a new life path, a new creative project, anything, right? Whatever it is that is either currently on your mind or in the next few days, I think this is going to unfold even more. But it's probably something that you're already experiencing, right? This new kind of love, this new inspiration, this new idea, this new motivation to commit to something, right? And there's going to be something about this that is really going to put that to the test, okay? I'm kind of expecting the Magus card to pop out here in any one of these positions with this Dove and Serpent spread. But let's look at the recent past now, shall we? Okay, we've got a Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles in the recent past, this could be an earth sign person. I feel like this is somebody in your life now. You know, I feel like it's somebody that has been with you for some time now, but there's a distance with them. I'm getting this kind of cold feeling from them that maybe the relationship has been kind of cold and kind of stagnant for some time. This could be a family member, could be a coworker, could be a romantic partner, sure. It's just somebody close to you. It may be someone that you live with or work with, because I feel that the two of you are usually kind of in close proximity, right? So it could be work, it could be like domestic. But this person is a little bit distant. They've been acting kind of cold lately, okay? And I don't know, maybe that's part of this challenge to you to reevaluate your commitment, reevaluate your devotion, right? I'm getting this vibe, like not only with the coldness, but it almost verges on not aggression, but just like this, maybe passive aggression, right? There's just this kind of cold shoulder vibe that I think is kind of a new thing with them, okay? I think in the recent past, maybe, I don't know, maybe a few weeks even, you've started to notice this person has become this kind of cold, maybe passive-aggressive type of energy, okay? And I don't know quite what that is about. I don't know what happened there that led them to be that kind of, to have that kind of attitude to you. Let's see if we can clarify that at all. We get a 4 of Wands here. The 4 of Wands could be that they really, I feel like they've had some kind of failure in their life, right? I think, yeah. They, I think it's something with this person, something in their own career, their own financial kind of world, probably. But I feel like they were, maybe going after some kind of success. It didn't work out, and they're left still kind of reeling from that experience. Okay, and they've kind of brought it home with them in a sense. They've now they're now completely colored by that situation, and they're bringing that mood to you into your interactions with them. Okay, so I feel like they have their own stuff going on, and it's through their own battle with this promotion, this advancement, this success, this career or job thing that did not work out for them. Okay. And I think that they really are upset by that. They went through this period of being upset, and now they're in the 4 of Cups kind of energy, right? Which is just kind of a coldness, stagnation, a little bit of melancholy. And I think that's where you're feeling some of this cold shoulder from them, okay? But now let's get back to the main reading and find out what you are really even kind of hoping for this week. When this, all of this kind of energy comes up for you, what is it that you really want to achieve? Well, we've got the Emperor card. So the Emperor is telling me that you want this inspiration, this enthusiasm, this love, this light, this spiritual force and fire. And you want to live life. You know what I mean? You don't want to be stuck in a cold, stagnating situation. Now, it's starting to feel like this may even be a romantic partner, a spouse, or something like that, right? Because I feel like despite your devotion, despite your dedication, your commitment, I feel like you really want to take charge. You really want to live, to be in control, to pursue your goals, and not be weighed down but by what feels kind of like a heavy anchor over here, to be honest with you. Okay? So I feel like this might be the test of your commitment here, right? And the tarot, of course, I say this all the time, the tarot is not telling you what to do. The tarot is taking a snapshot of the energies as they exist right at this moment, and those energies are always changing and flowing and transforming and morphing into other energies in and out of the situation. So the tarot is just telling you what things look like right now, but that could change. It is changing in every moment, right? But let's see what the way out of this situation is. Let's see maybe what your desired outcome, or let's see what the course of action you are considering might look like, okay? How is it that you want to move forward in this situation? Because I know what you're looking for in life. You're looking for this kind of confidence and this outgoing, expressive kind of life, I feel like you are someone who is very much an outgoing person. I feel like you're usually pretty extroverted. You like to go out and do things. You like to achieve. You like to work hard, play hard kind of thing, right? You like to have challenges. You like to explore new things and have new experiences, right? I feel like this person is not really living up to that kind of emperor. You want this emperor for yourself and your partner too. You want the both of you to have this really strong, confident, fiery, let's go get it kind of attitude, right? But I feel like that's not happening right now. I feel like this person, because of their own, the struggle that they went through, and, you know, I don't like using the word fail, but they tried, they did not succeed, and now they're feeling it, right? Now they're definitely in their feelings about that, right? And who knows how long that would last. This isn't a reading for that person, it's a reading for you. So let's look at what you are considering as the way forward here. Well, we've got a 4 of Pentacles. So it seems to me like the way out of this situation is to strengthen the foundation, right? This seems to me, on the one hand, that rather than abandoning the situation, you're looking for ways to strengthen the relationship, strengthen the commitment, strengthen the bond, strengthen and shore up this foundation, right? So it's almost as if, since this person, and this could be a friend, okay? It doesn't have to be a romantic partner. This person, who I think is the earth sign person, rather than abandoning that relationship, I feel like you are ready to take the lead, right? You're ready to kind of invoke your own Emperor energy and strengthen, pull the extra weight, right? Strengthen the foundation, shore up the walls here, you know, and really get the solid structure reinforced, okay? In this, if it's a domestic situation, if you live with this person, but in a more abstract way, though, you know, solidifying the relationship, taking the lead in activities or in just conversation, in the way, the dynamic of your relationship, right? And that, of course, could apply to a friendship, to a coworker situation, a colleague, an associate, a domestic partner, a spouse, you know, any kind of family member. It feels to me like this is somebody that, like I said, you're in close proximity with. Okay, so someone you live with, someone you work with, someone that you basically have to exist with for a certain portion of the day. Okay, so their energy is very often present in the room with you. Okay, so I feel like it's your nature now to just invoke this Emperor energy, this fiery, confident, you know, major arcana energy with this Emperor card. And do what you can to keep everything together, keep everything stable and functioning, and try to strengthen it, try to reinforce where it might be kind of breaking down, you know. But let's look at the path of the Serpent now, because if you were to do this, if you were to pull the extra weight, if you were to pick up the slack, if you were to kind of take the lead and do what you can to stabilize everything, we're looking at a 10 of Swords. Okay. Now the 10 of Swords is really kind of coming to your wit's end about things. You know, it could be a realization, ultimately, that, well, how should I say this? The key word for that card is ruin. Okay. Key word for the card is ruin. And we really have, the card also, I should say, it rules the sun in Gemini. Okay. Now, I'm not an astrologer. Maybe there are some astrologers out there who could weigh in on this. But to me, that feels like there's going to be a lot of light shining on this situation and presenting you with alternatives, right? It feels to me like you are going to begin to see the inner workings of things, the really fine details, right? Gemini is kind of about splitting things apart, right? It's the twins. It's kind of taking what is one, taking one whole thing and splitting it up into two so you can kind of look at both halves, right? But I feel like this is almost a dissection of your relationship with this person. And I said at the beginning, kind of a re-evaluation, kind of a testing of your commitment and your, you know, your devotion. And I think with that Ten of Swords, it really is kind of, I guess, I hate to say it, indicating that you might end up analyzing this situation and coming to the realization that there might be a better alternative, right? I'm trying to choose my words here. I think you're going to take this thing apart. You're not going to like what you see. It could be that you are, with this Ten of Swords, reevaluating the commitment that you have, this dedication and devotion. Let's see what the next card is. Again, the tarot doesn't like to say this is what is going to happen. It doesn't provide any kind of predictions. It's not fortune telling, right? There's no guarantees here, but I think the energy that you're going to have is one of looking a little bit more closely at this situation. This is kind of the microscope, right? You're looking at this thing from every angle. You're really picking it apart, and I think every part that you look at, every point of view, every angle that you take, it kind of looks the same, and it doesn't look good. Okay. Let's see what the next card is. Maybe the environment, your greatest resource. Well, the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands is kind of, it's the person who is kind of in this fire. It is the person who is being tempered in this furnace, okay? Through these trials and through these struggles, through this test, you are transforming from what is a kind of rather, I don't want to say weak, right? I was going to say a weak staff here, but just from a wooden, let's just say a wooden staff here to a hardened, tempered steel, right? So it is strengthening you, and that's the whole idea of being tempered in this alchemical furnace, right? Is solidifying and strengthening those parts of us that are still the kind of more brittle or fragile wood, right? Taking what is still kind of terrestrial and elevating it to something spiritual, something cosmic, right? So having this in your environment, this is really you utilizing this experience not to lament, not to fall into your own kind of coldness and stagnation, but using this to strengthen your resolve, to strengthen your commitment, because underneath all of this, we do have this Ace of Cups. This is where we started, right? And this is the water that's almost gotten lost in the reading, right? Your ability to really commit and stick with something through thick and thin. And it seems like we're kind of, well, you could say we're kind of in the thick of it now. So this is really that commitment despite the adversity, right? This is sticking with something even though it feels like it's hopeless. It feels like you're up against a brick wall and there's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. Even when you feel like the odds are against you, there's still this commitment. There's still this water energy underneath it all, right? So it is through this challenge, I think, that you are learning about yourself and strengthening those parts of yourself that may be in need of strengthening, right? I don't want to say weak. I don't like that energy right now. But strengthening the parts of you that may need strengthening, okay? And again, this isn't telling you which course of action is right and which is wrong. It's not even indicating which course of action you're going to take, right? That's ultimately up to you. But it is saying kind of what some of the more subtle or internal energies are doing here, right? What their purpose, what their function is. Okay. Let's see one more card. This is going to be your fears, worries, and concerns. And it's the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Some good Jupiter energy, faith, hope, and trust. I think you're having a bit of a crisis of faith right now, to be honest with you. With all the energy that we have going on here, it feels like you really are starting to question, and that is coming through the intense microscope, the really intense picking apart and questioning and looking at things through that microscope that we get with the Ten of Swords, right? This is the taking things apart and questioning. And I should point out that this is the really the only air energy that we have is this Ten of Swords, right? So your rational mind is getting involved here somewhere, right? And I think that it's going to be a large part of the development of this situation for you is this analysis, okay? Now, with the Wheel of Fortune, this is also some air energy. This is the really expansive kind of Jupiter energy, okay? So I think that the reason this is in the fears, worries, and concerns position is because you are having these more existential questions, these questions of fate and destiny and free will and free choice and what the hell am I really doing here? Why am I here? Why am I going through this? Am I making the wrong decision? Or on the other hand, is this my fate? Is this my destiny to have this struggle right now? Okay, so it's kind of like I said, a crisis of faith, right? And I think that you are usually an intensely spiritual person. I don't see you as being necessarily religious, but I think that you're a very spiritual person. And I think that you rely heavily on signs and synchronicities and kind of gut feelings and these flashes of intuition. And I think you put a lot of your trust in the vibes that you get, right? The aura that you are experiencing, the general energy of the situations and the people that you're around and so forth. And I think that's maybe what led you to this Ace of Cups to begin with, this whole devotion, commitment, the whole scenario, right? But now you're starting to question that. Now you're starting to have this concern like, have I been duped? Have I been wrong? Have I been completely foolish? Am I doing the wrong thing? Have I been led down a really dark path? You know? So there's the crisis of faith. And there is a way beyond that. Let's see what the final card is on the path of the Serpent. Now, I don't want this to be a dismal reading. I don't like to have readings that are too dark or too negative. So I always like to end on kind of a happier note, right? Something a little bit more up-tempo. We've got the Two of Discs. Wonderful, perfect, great. Just what we were looking for. Change, okay? Changing what is dark into what is light, changing what is negative into what is positive, changing what is a fear and a worry into an opportunity for bravery, for resolve, for will, for confidence and assertiveness, right? And I think the interesting thing is that the crisis of faith is a wheel, and these two discs are wheels. I mean, it kind of looks like gears here, right? This is the machine of the manifested world. This is the world that we live in, right? Things are changing from dark to light. Things change from one end of the spectrum to the other. The opposites are always just going back and forth and mixing together and all this kind of stuff. And that is part of the ultimate plan, whether it's, some intelligent entity or consciousness that devised all of this place that we're in right now or not, I don't know. But it is part of the way the universe operates, right? Energy flows, nothing is really ever stagnant, right? Stagnation is just movement that we can't perceive right now, right? So I think what this is telling me is that your crisis of faith is a natural feeling in this situation. It's a natural progression of all of this energy. And of course it will change. If you look at the way these cards are flowing, it's the challenge and the existential questions, and then you go from the darkness to the light at the very end, right? I mean, it's kind of a natural flow. And I think eventually the wheel is going to turn, and the positivity, the confidence is going to be back on top. The maybe even the confirmation of what your intentions are, right? Or what action that you kind of decide on. I think you're going to receive the omens, the signs, the symbols, the synchronicities from the universe. When you are on the right track, I think you will know. You know what I mean? So it's one of those situations where you kind of have to just wait and see how you feel. You have to wait and see what your analysis gives you, what your spirit tells you, and eventually make a choice. With Two of Discs, there is change coming. The change is going to be basically your decision, right? Your choice of action. And even choosing to do nothing is still a choice, Let's look at the mystery card. I want to see what that mystery card is. I don't really know. It seems we're kind of all over the place with these cards today. I think maybe more air energy. But I'm also kind of thinking some earth energy, right? I think that what we're looking for here is the reassurance that things are going to be okay at the end, right? That eventually you will come to understand the right decision and take the right action. So through all of this energy, you are going to end up in a place full of harmony and love and support and unity and cooperation. I'm feeling a Six of Cups, right? We started with the Ace of Cups. There's no other water in the reading. So I think going from the Ace of Cups to a Six of Cups, I don't know how you're going to get there. You're going to have to traverse all of these cards to get to this Six of Cups. But once you're there, it's going to be the harmony, the love, the support, the satisfaction, the pleasure, the relief, right? Once you are there. So I think what we're looking for long term is a Six of Cups here. Okay, let's find out. Oh, we got a Six of Discs. Okay. All right, Six of Discs makes more sense because we are looking at the Four of Discs as kind of what our impulse is to do, what we feel like is natural for us to do to shore up the relationship, kind of pull up the slack and reinforce things and really pull the extra weight, and through that, we are hoping that eventually things will change for the better and we will be on a new path towards happiness and success and harmony. Well, this is that path to success and harmony. This is the Six of Pentacles. This is the literal mundane situation in the horizontal world working out. Okay? And somehow things are going to come into alignment through all of this work, through your choices. Again, with the Two of Discs over here. Through your choices, you are going to arrange the physical environment in a harmonious way. With or without this person, in or out of this home or this company, this department, whatever it is. There will be an order and a structure and a harmony in the physical environment. This Six of Discs, I think, ultimately will lead to that Six of Cups. I was maybe getting ahead of myself there. We want the easy life, but first we need to kind of arrange our world so that it can resonate with that easy life, And I don't mean an easy life that has no kind of challenges or no excitement or anything, but I mean the harmonious traversing of this particular situation, right? We want the ease, the comfort, the love, the harmony to come. First, we have to arrange the environment in a way that is conducive to that. So I think this is a pretty right-on confirmation. Sagittarius, we're going to do an extended. If you want to stick around, please click on the link that's right up here. And you can have access to all of the extended readings. Okay. This was your weekly reading, April 9th through April 15th on Dove and Serpent Tarot.